Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're teeing off into the fascinating world of golf tourism in Thailand.
Hmm.
If you've ever considered a golf getaway, or maybe wondered what makes Thailand tick beyond, its amazing beaches.
Or if you're just interested in the economics of leisure, maybe.
Exactly. Then, well, grab your metaphorical clubs. This deep dive is definitely for you.
Yeah, we've got a really insightful research paper here. It takes a pretty comprehensive look at golf in Thailand,
Right.
tracing it from its, well, quite surprising beginnings, all the way through to things like the environmental factors today.
Okay, great. So our mission today is really to understand why Thailand has become such a hotspot for golf tourists.
Right.
We want to explore what makes it so appealing, what challenges the industry is maybe facing right now.
And what the future might hold.
Precisely. Okay, let's unpack this. So Thailand and golf, maybe not the first pairing that springs to mind for everyone, but our research shows a pretty interesting history.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. It turns out golf first showed up in Bangkok way back in 1889.
1889, yeah. Brought over by Scottish engineers working there.
So what does that tell us about sort of the early influences on leisure in Thailand?
Well, what's fascinating is it really highlights the role of those early expatriate communities. This wasn't really a local thing at first. It was mainly recreation for the British elite.
Ah, okay.
Apparently, the British ambassador even saw it as like a way to make sure his staff had something to do in their downtime.
Mm,
It really shows how these global connections introduce new pastimes.
right. And from those rather exclusive beginnings, things started to spread out a bit.
Gradually.
We saw clubs popping up in places like Hua Hin, Chiang Mai, Hat Yai, Korat.
Yeah, and this early growth, we're talking the 1920s, 30s, it seems it got a real boost from British golf pros who started giving lessons.
Interesting. And if we think about the bigger picture,
Well, this period kind of mirrors golf getting more popular elsewhere, like in Australia and Europe around the same time. So it suggests this wider trend of sports becoming maybe a bit more accessible, though still often linked to certain social groups or nationalities initially.
but it sounds like the golden era for building golf courses in Thailand was the 60s and 70s.
Oh, definitely. A real boom then.
The government actually stated an ambition to become an internationally recognized golf center. Beyond that, what else do you think fueled that boom?
Well, several things probably came together. There was definitely more interest from Thais themselves, especially the growing middle class.
Right.
But the government being so proactive, like the tourism minister declared back in '67, that gave a clear signal and probably encouraged investment in, infrastructure and development.
That's quite a statement of intent, and they seemed serious looking at how many courses popped up.
Absolutely.
But the research also mentions setbacks, specifically the economic slump in the late 90s. What were the lasting effects of that?
Yeah, that Asian financial crisis.
Yeah.
It did cause a noticeable number of courses to close down. But what's really interesting is how golf in Thailand kind of weathered that storm.
Okay.
It suggests there's this fundamental appeal that goes beyond just economic cycles.
Right.
It stayed pretty accessible to different age groups.
Yeah.
Maybe that period also pushed them to focus a bit more on efficiency, maybe long-term sustainability too.
Okay, so let's fast forward to today. We know golf is huge globally, millions of players. Where does Thailand actually stand now on the world golfing map?
Thailand has really, really cemented itself as a top-tier destination.
Yeah.
With over 200 courses across the country, there's just incredible variety. You've got everything from championship layouts that, test the best pros
Right.
to these charming, maybe more rustic courses tucked away in quieter spots.
And it's not just the number of courses, is it? The type of person playing golf seems to be changing too.
That's a really key point.
It's not just the stereotypical older guys anymore. What's behind that shift?
Absolutely. We're seeing a big increase in younger people and more women golfers taking up the sport or traveling for it. Could be changing social views, more media coverage, maybe more welcoming introductory programs at clubs.
Could be. Plus, the way people actually plan and book these trips, totally different now with technology.
Oh, completely. Social media, online booking sites, they've made it incredibly easy for golfers anywhere to research destinations, compare courses, read reviews,
Yeah.
and basically put together their perfect Thai golf holiday.
Yeah.
That ease of access has definitely broadened the appeal.
It sounds like for the really dedicated golfers, though, getting that quality time on the course is still number one.
Oh, for sure.
What makes them so willing to travel and, spend the money?
That's a key insight. For many serious golfers, the challenge And just the sheer enjoyment of playing on really well-designed, well-kept courses, that's a huge motivator.
Right.
They actively seek out places known for quality play, and they're willing to invest in the travel and the green fees to chase that passion.
But it's not only about the course itself, is it? The whole vibe, the experience around it seems important too.
Exactly. While the course quality is paramount, golfers also really value the whole experience, the atmosphere of the club or resort,
Yeah.
the level of service they get, the quality of the amenities. It's about making the whole trip memorable and enjoyable, start to finish.
And the economic knock-on effects for Thailand must be pretty significant. What kind of impact are we talking?
Oh, they're substantial, yeah. Golf tourism brings in serious revenue for the Thai economy. And it creates a lot of jobs in local communities. Caddies, maintenance crews, people in hotels, restaurants, transport.
Right, it touches a lot of areas. And it probably boosts Thailand's wider reputation as a travel destination, too.
Definitely. If you think bigger picture, golf tourism is a great complement to Thailand's other draws.
Like the beaches and culture.
Exactly. It attracts a specific group, often higher-spending tourists, encourages them to stay longer, and ultimately just strengthens Thailand's image as this diverse, appealing international destination.
We've got some numbers here. In 2012, Gulf tourism apparently brought in around 7.5 million baht, about 5% of total tourism revenue then.
Yeah, and what's notable about that 5% is it's a big chunk from what's still a relatively niche market segment.
Sure.
It really highlights the economic clout of attracting these golf enthusiasts who are often willing to spend a bit more on their trips.
And they seem to come back too. Around 55% of arrivals back in November 2008 said golf courses were a reason for returning.
That's a high return rate.
What do you think drives that loyalty?
It suggests Thailand's hitting the right notes, doesn't it? It's likely a mix, the quality of the courses, definitely the welcoming Thai hospitality.
Yes, the service.
It's the overall value for money, perhaps, and the chance to mix golf with other parts of a Thai holiday.
And even more recently, data still shows strong interest, 41% of tourists saying they're interested in playing golf. So where are the main hubs?
Well, the big established golf destinations are places like Bangkok, Pattaya, Hua Hin, Chiang Mai, Phuket, and Samui. These areas have a high concentration of world-class golf resorts, often pretty close to other tourist attractions, too. Makes it easy to combine things.
And it sounds like these tourists are pretty serious about often planning 10 or more rounds.
That's what they report, yeah. 10 or more rounds during their trip. It really shows golf is the main event for many of them.
Japan comes up as a key market. Why Japan specifically?
Well, Japanese golfers generally have a reputation for spending more on golf-related stuff.
Oh.
Some are apparently willing to pay around $300 for a green fee per round. So attracting that market can really boost revenue.
Okay.
Though obviously economic conditions in Japan itself can affect travel spending patterns.
And it's interesting how widespread the courses are geographically.
Yeah, over 300 courses in total. And a big chunk, maybe 60%, are actually in more rural areas, especially down south.
Right.
By 2013, there was roughly one course for every, 1,100 people, which suggests pretty good access to the sport within the country.
And it's truly an international draw. Golfers from loads of countries.
Oh, huge numbers. Back in 2009, golfers from 114 different countries played in Thailand.
Wow.
Mainly from Asia, Europe, and the U.S. And foreign investment's been key. 116 of Thailand's 260 courses then were linked to overseas investors.
Bangkok seems to have a special sort of prestige in the Thai golf scene.
Yeah, Bangkok sees the highest demand. It tends to have the most luxurious and often the priciest golf experiences, just because it's so popular and easy to get to.
Right.
Several clubs right in central Thailand have green fees over 100 euros. You see fewer at that really high end in other regions.
And Phuket offers something a bit different, but just as appealing.
Phuket's got a great mix, 9 really high-quality courses, plus those world-famous beaches and luxury hotels right there. It's where you can easily combine top-level golf with a high-end beach break.
The research even mentions an international beach-back golf tournament in Phuket. Sounds unique.
It does, yeah. Apparently, it drew golfers from 6 continents. It showcases the region's best courses and lovely weather. It really shows how Thailand can cleverly mix its natural beauty with its golf infrastructure to pull in a global crowd.
And it sounds like they actively promote the cultural stuff around the courses in Phuket, too.
Exactly. They encourage golfers to check out Phuket's Old Town, the lively local markets, experience the island's daily life.
That adds a whole other layer.
It really does. It makes the trip much richer, offering more than just time on the fairways.
Okay, so Thailand clearly has a lot of golf courses, but what makes them world-class? The research mentions course design being important.
Yeah, and what's key here is the strategic focus on quality. They deliberately bring in famous golf course designers.
Ah, the big names.
Exactly. That enhances the appeal. Courses designed by, Nicklaus or Norman, they become attractions in themselves. Golfers appreciate good design and challenge.
So what defines these top courses? What makes them stand out?
Typically, they've got strategic layouts. Challenging, but still rewarding for different skill levels. Super high standards of maintenance are crucial. Got to have great playing conditions. And often, they're set in these just stunning natural environments. That adds huge aesthetic appeal.
And it's not just the course, right? The clubhouse, the facilities around it, they play a big part too.
Oh, absolutely vital. The facilities are where tourists interact directly, so they massively shape the perception of the whole experience.
Okay.
You need modern clubhouses, well-stocked pro shops, good restaurants with varied food, comfortable places to relax. All essential.
It sounds like they really try to cover all the bases, cater to everyone.
Pretty much. The top places offer facilities for all abilities, practice areas for beginners, maybe some high-tech swing analysis stuff for serious players.
Right.
Wellness things like spas, convenient pro shops for rentals or gear. It's all part of it.
And the accommodation options in these golf spots sound pretty high-end and varied too.
Yeah, luxury accommodation is definitely a key piece. Lots of choices, fancy hotel suites, private villas, something for every taste and budget, really. Plus, that personalized service makes guests feel valued, which is always important.
But again, it comes back to that beyond the golf idea, doesn't it?
Exactly. Being close to nice beaches or city life or cultural sites or having amazing food options nearby, that adds massive value.
Yeah.
It's about creating the whole package, a memorable trip that's more than just the hours you spend playing golf.
So making sure these places are easy to get to and keeping the standards consistently high, that's obviously critical.
Absolutely fundamental. Easy access to the courses, well-kept clubhouses. These are basic expectations now.
What about standard amenities?
Things like clean restrooms, plenty of parking, easy equipment rentals, driving ranges, practice greens, maybe even lessons available. These are considered essential.
And it sounds like there's a constant push to do better, to exceed expectations.
Oh, yeah. Courses are always striving to go beyond the minimum. They know how much golfers rely on online ratings and reviews now.
Right, those 5-star reviews.
Exactly. Getting those is a major goal. It signals quality, top service.
And some places seem to go way beyond just the basics.
Indeed. Many invest huge amounts in supporting infrastructure luxury hotels right on site, multiple restaurants with international food, those nice spa facilities we mentioned. It's all about creating this environment that blends the natural beauty with, real luxury and sophistication.
The research also brings up sustainability, which is becoming so important in tourism everywhere. Thailand's golf sector seems aware of this.
Yeah, what's encouraging is seeing sustainability principles being integrated more and more and successfully in many Thai golf courses.
Yeah, how does that help?
Well, it enhances the experience for tourists who care about the environment, obviously, but it's also crucial for preserving the natural surroundings for the long haul.
And there seems to be a push to involve local communities, too. How does that work out?
Yes, many courses are actively partnering with local people, maybe showcasing local culture, traditions, selling local crafts or produce.
Oh, that's great.
It really enriches the tourist experience, gives them something authentic, and economically, it helps the locals through jobs and reinvestment in the community.
So it's aiming for that win-win. Good tourism, protecting the environment, and helping local communities long-term.
That's the goal, yeah. Balancing tourism with conservation and community well-being.
Okay, so let's pull back a bit. What are the main things that have really driven Thailand to become this major global golf destination?
The research points to several key drivers. First off, consistent and strong government support.
Great.
They recognized golf tourism early on as valuable and actively promoted it.
And globally, golf itself has just gotten more popular, hasn't it? How did that affect Thailand?
Exactly. More people playing golf worldwide means more demand for golf travel.
Makes sense.
And Thailand, with its infrastructure and reputation already building, was really well placed to capture a lot of that growing interest. Plus, keen golfers are always looking for new places to play.
Thailand definitely has some natural advantages too. Climate, landscapes.
Oh, absolutely huge draw cards. That reliable tropical climate, the beautiful scenery,
Yeah.
that feeling of peace and the visual appeal you get on many Thai courses, That's a powerful reason to choose it.
And the country's general infrastructure and hospitality industry were already pretty strong, ready for these specific travelers.
Yes, Thailand has well-developed infrastructure, transport links, and a really strong hospitality sector that knows how to cater to international visitors,
Mhm.
including golfers with their specific needs.
And of course, those world-class courses and facilities we've been talking about.
Precisely. The quality of the courses, those meticulously designed layouts offering great playing experiences. That's a primary draw.
Hmm.
And having those luxury accommodation options right there at the resorts adds the comfort and convenience people want.
And we shouldn't forget the culture and the food.
Definitely not. Thailand's unique culture, the amazing food, that adds such a huge layer of appeal beyond the golf itself.
Yeah.
Exploring temples, markets, just eating incredible local food. It makes for a much richer, more rounded trip.
It also sounds like the value and convenience of golf tour packages help a lot.
Absolutely. Those packages often offer really good value for money.
Takes the hassle out of planning.
Exactly. Simplifies the whole booking process, makes it accessible for golfers with different budgets and preferences.
And the marketing side, strategic promotion, has clearly been important.
Yes, the teamwork between the Tourism Authority of Thailand, TAT, airlines, local travel agents, that's been crucial for creating and promoting these attractive golf packages worldwide.
The research even mentions celebrity endorsements having an impact.
That's right. When big-name international golf stars visit, play in tournaments in Thailand,
Yeah.
it really boosts the country's profile, reinforces that image as a top-tier golfing destination globally.
And for people traveling with golfers but maybe not playing themselves, Thailand offers tons of other stuff.
Exactly. Beaches, islands, conferences, shopping, cultural experiences. There's plenty to keep everyone happy, even if they don't touch a golf club.
And now, with travel picking up again post-pandemic, there's probably a lot of pent-up demand from golfers wanting to get out there.
Oh, absolutely. That growing eagerness among golfers to travel and try new places puts Thailand in a really strong position, given its great courses and overall appeal.
So looking ahead then, what are some of the main challenges that Thailand's golf tourism sector needs to think about, needs to navigate?
Well, the research flags several challenges that often come with success and growth.
Okay.
A key one is the increased pressure on resources, land, water, and also on public services like health and education in popular areas.
Right, the strain of more visitors.
Exactly. Balancing the demands of a booming tourism sector with the needs of locals is going to be really crucial for long-term health.
And environmental sustainability keeps coming up as critical.
It really is. Proactively tackling environmental concerns, things like responsible land use, efficient water management on courses, it's absolutely vital for the industry's future reputation and viability.
So things like water conservation.
Yeah, adopting smart water saving techniques, getting golfers and staff involved in those efforts, that kind of thing.
And Thailand isn't operating in a vacuum. It's a competitive region for golf now.
That's a very important point. Southeast Asia has more and more destinations developing really good golf facilities.
So Thailand needs to stay sharp.
Exactly. To keep its leading edge, Thailand needs constant innovation, ways to differentiate its offerings, and basically stay ahead of the curve on quality and value.
It sounds like collaboration, working together, is going to be key to tackling these challenges.
Absolutely essential. Strategic collaboration between everyone involved, course owners, government bodies, tourism boards, local communities.
Right.
Sharing resources, sharing experiences, sharing best practices. That's how you develop and implement sustainable solutions effectively.
So maintaining that high quality while also keeping things affordable and accessible for different types of golfers, that's a tricky balance.
It really is. You need ongoing investment to upgrade courses and facilities to keep the quality high. But at the same time, you need to find that sweet spot between price and value and maybe improve transport links to make some destinations easier to reach. That helps attract a wider range of visitors.
And in this digital age, marketing online presence, that's more crucial than ever.
Oh, definitely. Smart use of online platforms, social media, building strategic digital partnerships. That's essential for reaching the right people, keeping Thailand visible, and communicating what makes it special.
There also seems like a good opportunity to weave Thailand's culture even more into the golf experience.
Absolutely. Developing tour packages that really blend world-class golf with chances for authentic cultural experiences, visiting historical sites, maybe local festivals, craft workshops,
Yeah.
that can create a much more unique, memorable, and appealing trip for visitors.
And the potential within the wider Southeast Asian golf market seems pretty big too.
It is. If Thailand proactively tackles the challenges we've talked about,
Yeah.
keeps innovating, it has a huge opportunity to capitalize on that regional potential and really solidify its position as a global leader in golf tourism for years to come.
Okay, so to sort of wrap up our deep dive here, we've looked at how golf tourism in Thailand grew from these quite exclusive early roots
Hmm.
into this really significant dynamic part of the country's whole tourism picture. It's got the world-class courses, that amazing cultural backdrop, the famous Thai hospitality.
Right, drawing golfers from all over the world.
Exactly. And while Thailand's in a strong position now, its continued success seems to hinge on carefully navigating those future challenges.
Yeah, especially around sustainability and that increasing regional competition. But the potential for more growth, more innovation,
Yeah.
it's definitely there.
So whether you're now maybe thinking seriously about booking that Thai golf trip you've dreamed of,
Maybe.
or you were just curious about how sport, tourism, and economics all connect, we really hope this deep dive has given you a richer appreciation for all the different factors involved.
And this brings up a really interesting question for you to ponder. As golf tourism in Thailand keeps evolving, keeps growing, how can they best maintain that vital balance?
Hmm.
That balance between providing these truly world-class experiences for travelers and at the same time carefully protecting the country's incredible natural beauty and cultural heritage. How do they strike that balance for future generations of visitors and for the local communities too?